Don't do nothing because you can't do a lot. That's one of my mottos. If there's some little steps today that you can take to move something forward, take them. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Matthew Boyle here. Today I want to share with you some updates on my language learning card game called Heading into Language Land 2. Today I took what I thought were some relatively simple steps in the design process, my design process, but then I thought they might not seem so intuitive to others. And I really want to make sure I document my process very well this time so you guys can kind of see what goes into it. So if you like language learning, especially with games, or if you like game design, creative writing, art, all those kinds of things, I think you're really going to like this video today because it's going to kind of show you the underbelly or the inner workings of what I do. So before I jump in, I just want to warmly welcome you to like and subscribe and check out the playlist on this game, Heading into Language Land 2. It's on the homepage of my YouTube channel. I'll keep posting updates there. Okay, so first, where did I start off today? I opened up this story that I've been writing, and I talked about this story before in a past video. I have about 7,000 words done. My goal is to have about 10,000 words for this story, and this story helps me to get an idea of all the characters and all the places that I want to see in the finished game. So it's kind of like getting the backstory out there. Of course, it also gives something entertaining to read to the customers and the fans. And I just like to write too. So what I did today was I opened up this story and I was going through it and just kind of organizing the sections a little bit. I wasn't getting too deep into the writing. I didn't find that I was really in the mood to do creative writing this morning, but I was in the mood to organize things. So I kind of made sure different sections were in the places that I wanted. I had some messy areas that had a lot of notes in them. So I took all the notes out and sort of put them at the bottom and cleaned things up just a little bit. And then what I decided to do was I realized I did not have a document that showed all the cards that I'm thinking to have in the game based on the story. I have drafted that out on a whiteboard and I've shown you that, but I didn't put it into a Word document yet, so I decided to get that Word document ready. So I quickly skimmed through the story or read through the story, and then I started to create what I'm about to show you now. Let me screen share this next one. Here it is. So this would be a sort of a draft of cards that I really want to have in the game. This is similar to what's on my whiteboard at home, but there's no sketches, there's no drawings. It's just a technical document that lists things off. And so as you can see, I just put the names of the cards, and these things definitely, they are not set in stone, not by any means, but I have names of the cards, what types of cards they are, and maybe a spot for a little description of the card. It's just something simple to get the ideas, start getting the ideas into the Word document. Again, it's different from the whiteboard. The whiteboard allows me to visualize and I can start to sketch out some positions of the characters and the landscapes and think about it in more of a visual way. This is this assists me in a technical way, just almost like to make sure I'm checking all the boxes. I can look at this list really quickly and make creative decisions or organizational decisions about the order of things and decide critically today, decide if there's any cards that I want to go ahead and contact artists about. So this is something that I recently decided. Usually I wait until I'm much further along in terms of writing the story and deciding on all the cards I want in the game. Usually once all that's done, only once all that's done do I start to contact artists. But I was thinking recently, if there are some characters or places that I am totally sure are central to the story and central to the game, and they will definitely be in there, then why don't I go ahead and start contacting one or two artists, start getting a few pieces done? Why wait? So that's exactly what I did today. I found one or two characters who are central, who are definitely going to be in there, and they're kind of like no-brainers. I mean, there's no real special considerations about what they're going to look like, what their role is in the story. They're pretty much locked down in my mind. So there's very little chance it would lead to the artwork being something that I couldn't use or would have to change. Fingers crossed. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking. So I contacted a couple artists who worked on the last game. I'm going to be waiting to hear back from them. But I'm thinking if I could get, one or two art pieces done each month starting now, then that's going to make me feel much less pressure, much less overwhelmed when it comes time to do all the art and finish all the art. When I get into the proper artwork phase, there'll be much less pieces to do. Only the pieces that are uh, need a much more hands-on approach or need much more thinking around them, those art pieces will remain. And so now one of the last things I want to show you is where do I find artists to connect with? On the first game, I primarily used Etsy. Etsy is a site that specializes in handmade goods made by independent artisans. And because I was already familiar with that site, it was natural for me to see if they have artists on there, and they did. And so that's what I primarily used to find artists for heading into Language Lane 1. And I still plan to work with some of those same artists for heading into Language Lane 2. But this time, I'm thinking of trying something new and exploring Fiverr. So this is Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And I've used Fiverr a lot to find people to help me with technology issues that I'm having, computer repairs, website repairs, and optimization, website optimization, and stuff like that. But if you have a look here and type in art commissions, which is what I'm doing, I give people the designs, I give them the prompts, and they draw the pictures. Then you're going to come and see all kinds of different artists have put their profiles on here. Now, this part is going to take some time because there's really so many good artists on here. Um, but I'm not going to take forever to look through every single artist on any website. What I'm going to do is skim, look for people whose style that I like, and look to see that some of their key styles that they do is going to match the vibe that I want for heading into Language Lane 2. And then I'll look at their prices, see if the prices fit my budget because I have kind of a target budget. I don't want to spend too much for any one card because I've got to get 54 pieces to make this game. And then I'll also look at the reviews and see what are people's comments. So that also is a critical step, is sourcing the artists and building a team. So that's kind of where I am. It's two or three different pieces which kind of fit together. The story, the card list, contacting a few of the artists just to touch base, and taking what little steps I can forward today. And that's what I recommend to you as well. If you're into writing or game design or even language learning, don't do nothing because you can't do a lot. That's one of my mottos. If there's some little steps today that you can take to move something forward, take them. But all right, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions about this process, my process for game design, you can leave them down below. And I'll see you back here next time at Legendary Language Learner. Bye-bye for now.